What is good, everybody? It's your boy Big Zach 617. Woke to the World podcast and TV. Today we are at episode 13 with Sondro, Krook, one half of the Resurrected.
Yes. In the building.
How are you?
Here with you, man. I'm glad I got to finally make it. You know what I mean? With
For
you.
sure.
I'm glad I got to come through, man. Wow. Salute to what y'all doing. Salute to what y'all doing, man. You know, that's the A and B calling me right now. I'll give them a call when we're done.
Yeah. So, one of the questions that I wanted to jump right into for you specifically is, being an artist that's from like the 90s era and everything, I wanted to know, for you personally as an artist, what are the biggest transitions and things that you had to adapt from, going from like era to era and decade to decade as far as music?
Well, that's something I don't, honestly, that's something, not to sound conceited, but it's something I've kind of done with ease, but only behind the love of music. You know, being that I'm Latin, you know what I mean, and my dad was a DJ, and we would play from reggae to salsa, merengue, all genres is what my dad played in New York. So when it came to like, I could almost probably rap to every, you know, Latin, Cape Verdean music. So transitioning, as far as, and I'm gonna keep it honest with you on this particular question. It was about a few years back, 3-4 years back. Trap beats, I wouldn't rap on them because I didn't want to be the older guy that was trying to rap on a trap beat, and I didn't want to sound dated on it.
Yeah.
So I waited for a while. I waited, and MC's an MC. So as I found what works for me, you know what I mean? I think FMG had one of the first trap beats that I did. I did a few trap songs, but to my nature, like trap that I could work with per se.
I hear that.
So as far as like being a true, I'm not gonna say that corny, but as far as being a rapper, a real rapper could rap on anything, anything, from Beethoven to Bob Marley to flavor, you know what I mean, flavor in your ear.
Right.
You're supposed, you know what I mean, if you love music like that. So I think one of my transitions is just loving music, where I could just coast.
Okay.
Mature with the ages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about like your trips and your journeys back and forth from like Boston and New York, and how like you have those connections.
Well, my story was honestly this. It was a year when I was with Keith, which is Gangstar. He had moved to New York with Damo. I was back. I was here. I was 18 or something, 17. I was breakdancing here. So if I want to put time to it, I call my record deal 1991 by God. You know, and within the year, my brother leaving the group. And this is an important story. I always share about my introduction to music from breakdances. We were breakdancers called Spin City Rockers. We danced against the Floor Lords. They were our rivals at one time.
Wow, okay.
We come from being breakdancers. We were true B-boys at first.
Yeah.
The reason I'm called King Shab, because I used to tag my name everywhere, and I carried a Bible, and I did everything a hip-hop person did in that spectrum. You know what I mean? So it was my sister. I know Queen Vivian, she's Queen Shamina's her name. She's Zulu Nation affiliate also. She asked my brother, what are y'all gonna do? Breakdance is over. And so we started rapping. Now, another thing I'm gonna say that I've never said on nothing. I haven't done, this is my second one. So I'll share my truth. So back in the day, me and Smitty, that's who my brother is. He has a brand out there, Elephant in the Room, dope, pushing it heavy.
Okay.
That's my introduction to the music in reality. What I came and did on my own is what I did. But if it was a person that said, come on, it was my bro. He was in New York. This is a true story. He was in New York. Right when he was a dancer for, this is how my truth falls, Gangstar Posse. Keith was in New York. The year, I don't want to put year on it, but the year my son wasn't born yet. I got into it with my dad, God rest his soul. And I came here, my kid's mom was in her 9th month, and we came here and I had just left Keith, I had just left J. Rue the Damage, I had just left Little Dap. By the time I come here, 6 months I'm here, and I wasn't into the music then. I was just his protector, I was just a security femme. That's another thing I'll add also. So we, J. Rue was like I said, was my childhood friend. Went to school with each other. And he's like, yo, bro, introduce me to Keith at the time, Gangstar. 6 months later, as I told you, I came here. Words That I Manifest came, was the video. And, my brother was here doing, he was affiliated with Mike Johnson, which is Mike D, which would be Gangstar Posse. And that's their first 2 friends. And then my dog, Iceman, who you always see with me, he was in my first video, Black or You White. But Big Suge also has his own connection to Keith. And I don't want to step on over that. I think Suge is actually prior to me. We were the next crew. Suge had went away. Gangstar Posse then forms. My brother is here. He released a record called It's How You Cope. But long story short, that was the 90s. I'm going to put a year on it. 90 he left. 91 I caught the deal with Critique Records out of Woburn, Mass. And that's how that fell. That's the truth on how that fell.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That was my introduction. So my hip-hop was born here. I'm a New Yorker, yes. But my hip-hop I was introduced to hip-hop right here. Like, born, which was, at that time, was my cousin's, daughter's father, Tiara, dope artist also. But they were in a group called Masterwork. In my music, I say everything about my stories of Boston. Now, The Bean, there's a single called I Have The Bean, Welcome to the Bean. Havelock Street and all that, that's all true places. Those are my cousins who hit me, you know what I mean? When I first came from New York, I wasn't as cool. I was young then when I first came.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, they were dancing with a group popping for Masterwork, and it was born. Who was in Mattapan Street, did a spinning in my living room that piqued my interest, and that's when my intro to hip hop started, from that man dancing in my living room.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's how that started. Intro.
Okay.
Yep.
My intro to hip hop was West Side Connection. I was listening.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a story.
I listened to Gangsta Nation.
You did?
That was the first song.
Not too many people know about that. Not too many people know about West Side Connection.
Yeah.
Were you living out there or something?
No.
You were here?
Yeah, I was just here. I had some random CD that had a bunch of
right. See that, right.
That had a bunch of hip hop songs.
Yeah.
And that was the first one, and I was just like, whoa, what is this?
That's dope. That's dope. Part of what I told you was, from breakdancing, there used to be these tapes back in the day that me and Smitty, not to gloat on it, not trying to put no gas on it, but we were one of the first breakdancers to have Lottie Dottie on tape. No one had it on tape. It was Jeff Smalls, right. Jeff 2 Times, who was doing, and salute to Jeff 2 Times and DJ Enes, but Jeff, I've known each other for years. And we have had a mix-up over, he thought a tape, but that's my best friend to date. But we would bring these tapes from New York, and they would have battles on there. Throwdown 3. I remember I told you this. Throwdown 3, if I find it, I'll get it to you. Throwdown 3 against a Throwdown 4. Okay. And they would do routines against each other.
Yeah.
But we're talking years ago. But dope routines. Hip-hop is hip-hop. Doing melody and singing in the rap has always been in rap. No one's made it up.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to knock no one that does it.
Yeah.
But they didn't make it up. That's 100%. Something that's been in hip-hop for 40 years.
Yeah.
So, what I was telling you, and I'll share it to you, it was on that tape, there was an old school rhyme, but no one knew it. So I would go around, and me and my brother would say it, I would say it like it was mine. It was a long time ago. Then Vaughn, I can't see all the words in there. But that's what came from these tapes, you know what I mean? Battles and verses, and before people were doing it.
Right.
And to date, no one knows where Yvonne came from. Right. But we would say and last part is a dope brother named Soap. He was a dope break dancer. He was one that, Floor Lord showed a lot of love to also, but Soap was dope, and he would say these rhymes, and he was the first one that had that Yvonne rhyme. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, years ago, we're breakdancers, but we were tapping into the rapping. You know what I mean? It was the next step.
Okay.
It was the next step.
So it's kind of like you had the raps in the background and everything.
Right. It was
like
a piece
you wanted them to see the breakdancing.
Right.
And then you have the raps in the background, and then you were piecing together the raps. And
right. It was a piece of it. Like how I pieced it, how it came about, but those were all the elements. You know what I mean? Those were all the elements that were right there. So it's how I picked them up and used them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After a while. And the next thing I do not the next thing, but I want to share is, before I started, actually really writing, it was my brother that was like, yo, bro, come on. So we had an opportunity. My first opportunity was dope opportunity. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I had Grandmaster Flash producing the single. Mm-hmm. I caught a record deal within a year of being into the hip hop. Yep. It didn't last crazy long after that, because I made my own mistakes. The 90s were the 90s, but my introduction to hip hop was a record deal a year in, and a single from Grandmaster Flash.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now I will say on camera that, and God rest her soul, Judy Johnson, Miss Johnson. And I still talk to her son. He's gonna come out to the show. Mike Johnson's coming out. Salute to Tracy Johnson. Salute to the Boogie Beat Down Records, our young brothers Carl and our younger crew, younger Gangstar posse that Beat Down Records are pushing and doing their thing. But Miss Johnson, she had this idea back then at the cruise. Like, I performed with Clint Sparks. We're all wearing polka dots because they thought that commercial was the way to go at that moment. Mm-hmm. So she asked Grandmaster Flash to make a commercial record. In my head, I kind of don't think we should have did that, but we did it, and it's still my introduction to this music. So I don't get upset, because had it not been for that, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. I'd probably be dead or in jail. Mm-hmm. Now, what I will share is this also. Last thing, we called it, the record deal was $250,000 back then. Mm-hmm. That was something.
Yeah.
Since I didn't know what I was doing, it's a true story. A month prior, she had given me a stack. The company had given me a stack. Mm-hmm. Beat Down Records. And dude, at 21, I wasn't thinking of no contract. I just looked at them, and I just signed it.
Yeah.
When I signed it, I signed away my bonus fee. I signed away everything. So from $250,000, I got $5,000, only because I didn't pay attention to the contract. These are the words. These are the words: here and after, there and in. Those words are so big. On and after, it's not only for court. It's contract.
Right.
But to date, I got to go on tour with Pauly Shore, Patrice Berry, Salt and Pepper. I got to see things. Although it didn't go far the way we expected it, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I got to give her the credit for that. My mistakes are my mistakes.
Right.
And my mistakes are my mistakes,
That leads kind of into the next question that I have. Mm-hmm. Is like, if I'm not mistaken, you have 13 albums, 14.
It was my yes, 14 albums.
Okay.
88 singles.
Okay. Now, there's a lot of music in that time period, and something that I've noticed that there's a time period for some of those songs. It's like songs that you first put out, or were like at first part of your journey.
Yes.
Are songs that you don't put out anymore.
Good catch.
Because I think Slane's a really good example for it, because a lot of his early music is music about like him being an alcoholic, and it really doesn't mix. Like he's like sober, it doesn't really make sense for him.
He owns a sober house, a dope one, and so great question that you didn't ask it, but I know what you're saying, what you're about to say, and so for me, in truth, since I've I came home 2014. I released music every year. But what I did do when I first came home, because a lot of us sometimes we're behind the wall for any amount of time, so we only have our thoughts back there. We have our own movies. So before I had went in though, I was already making a transition in my music, not being so hard, giving some concept, giving some Road to Success I did with Don Hazel. I had different songs already, Mommy's featuring J. Rue, because I knew I was a street person, but I don't want to get known for street music. There's no money in that,
right.
and I don't want to get known for that. I want to get known for telling my story, not street music. I'm a street artist, of course, but no way. And where the world is now, as far as glorifying, streets are over one. So the fact, okay, that's almost like the fact where I don't talk about New York because I'm here. I'm a New Yorker, but it made no sense to be rapping about New York. So my music comes from where I'm at, all the way around. So I'm here, and it's okay. As far as the scope of an MC and an artist, what I love about this project with A and B, I was able to just do straight hip hop.
Yeah.
And I mean, just that's it. We're just rapping. We're just rapping and making songs. A few years back, I've never had to live a 2-hour rap. Like, I don't mix both of them. Meaning, if a person knows me, if you know whom I was, but I never mix and blend with the music. Even when we did a project, we got a project, me and my son, called Project 114. And that was a movement. That was the movement. We East Side Bounty Hunters. But what we more pushed was good music. If you listen to that project, ever get to find it, you'll hear records for women, records for streets, records for this. You won't hear per se what you thought you was gonna hear. You know what I mean? So that my base has always been music. My back base. No matter who I am, my back base is real music, good music. I love good music. That's it.
So the question is kind of like, is there a certain album or certain time frame of your music that you don't go back to that particular one because you're not that person anymore?
Yeah, it would be the Project 114. Project, we was in a movement. We all, I'm active. We were active. I was active, and so yeah. But as I said, the music wasn't reflecting who I was. Couple of songs, Big Homie, what you gonna do? A few songs,
right?
But it was dope music.
Okay.
It was the West. You would have loved it because I love West. I had a thing for West Coast sound.
Yeah.
I did. So
that's awesome,
dude.
Yeah, West Coast. I
went hard. Scarface and West Coast sound. That was the combo.
Right. Let's talk about how the Resurrectors started up and the show coming up here.
Oh man, so the Resurrectors was dope about me and that, and the whole movement of that. Is that me and A&B have honestly known each other for a while. I got to hear him. I can't even tell you. Oh, I got to hear him before I went away. In Dover, Genius was working with him heavy. And what I loved about him, he is such a real person. What I loved about him is that, we're full street then. I got 13 dudes in the room, or 11 or 7 at any moment. But I'm music first. So when he come there, that's my dog. Come in. Like whoever was, I would call them civilians. No one was to mess with them. But at the time, we spoke of doing a project, but I wasn't ready. When I say that, my life has changed ever since pandemic. Getting my mama, picking her up before the pandemic, federal probation, 8 years, knocked it out. It changed. Mama helped me change my life. So as I do this project, my thought process in the whole, I'm just peaceful. I'm at peace with it. You know what I mean? With my music, with who I am. with my mom, you know, helping my mom fight cancer. I don't talk about these. This is the first time I probably said it, but my strength come from her. You know what I mean? Two, you know, she fought cancer twice. Came back from Honduras, found another something. We were bummed out. Went back. Helped my mama, you know, deal with that. So she likes to say that I saved her. Nah, she saved me. So my music, I have a dope record even with my mama because the reason, a Mother's Day record. Like everything I do, coping mechanism is my music. I don't do it to get on no more. It could be good, but I'm not. That's not the drive. Now this Resurrected, the way this came about, though, getting back to that, is that me and him knew each other, but I probably wasn't ready yet. I wasn't. Cause I wasn't living. Back then, yeah, no, we active. We are fully active. So, and I didn't want to. Like I said, it never became that. But I wasn't ready to tarnish him per se, and I just wasn't ready to do it per se at the moment. Speeding up now, and we finally got to work with each other. It was natural. It was a natural thing. I was like, yo, bro, let's do it. And when I you know, where I heard, like, if people don't know, and I co-produced this album, me and my producer Buzz Beats, you know, but for direction lyrically, I give him a song, he went somewhere, I'm like, oh, let's go, good idea. So the compatibilism was dope. It was there. And that's, I think, too, it shouldn't be two giants or nothing. We're two artists making one group. You know what I mean? No egos at all.
Right.
So I followed this lead, and in truth, we did that album, and no bragging, but in 3 weeks, we banged out a fully conceptualized song, big records, 3 anthems, 10 singles. Because I think that's what albums should be. Albums should be a collective of singles.
Right.
Y'all should be a single.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear, you know, full concept thoughts no more. They want to hear big, nice records and that represent a piece of them, something they can relate to. So we finally got to do it. We knocked it out in a great amount of time, and you know, our idea was like, yo, let's push it out. Then, but what I like about the whole thing, also about him and I, is that people would think we're two different people. How's that gonna work? You're street, he's a street rapper, and A and B's they don't know what they are until they hear this project. They don't know what we are as artists. You know what I mean? You might hear A and B get angry on the record, but we're getting angry on hip hop life itself. He's not gonna give you a street perspective. That's not what he's talking about.
Right.
He's talking about just being strong in himself. You know what I mean? And there's a song called Conscious on the album. You hear that. You'll hear like, yo, he was saying this and that, but he was speaking from his heart. Right. I was speaking from my mind and heart. So roles got switched. Me and him so I think the compatibilism is that we're really just, we're one person. You know, like, you two. There's one thing that unites you guys, and music. A connection, an understanding of love for music. Right. And I found out, you don't find that with everybody. No. You don't find that with everybody. One. Definitely not. But I found it with him, and we got a powerful album. I talk my mess on it because I know it's a great album coming out of Boston. Not just for the rapping or the hip hop part. It's for the city, for Boston, and for Mass New England. It's a powerful hip hop album. I stamp that. Yeah. I stamp 100%. That. It's gonna go to iHeart.
I know it's gonna be a powerful hip hop album too.
Yeah. And that comes from you, and I know your perspective. Yeah.
Like, I love both of you as artists, like, so much.
Man, one thing I give you, Zach, you always speak from the heart. You've never spoke from no other place. Yeah. So I know you know what you're talking about. Word. That's why I was definitely more so to come do it and be on time for you and everything. I said, I let you down one time. You supposed to come to the studio. I said, I gotta go be on time at least. I ain't even drive my car. I was like, I gotta get to him. You know how important this is for both of us. So I thank you. Thank you for giving me your platform to come talk. Like, this is my second interview. I don't even do these. Yeah. But I know I gotta do them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know I gotta do them.
100%.
Give me practice.
Yeah. So we got Rusty Jux.
Yeah, we got Rusty Jux in the building. Yeah. You know what I mean? Bernadette Price.
Yeah, Bernadette.
Yeah. And what's dope what's dope about, for me, that and them, although they made strides, and talk about Buckshot also.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, they're dope underground also. They over the top and they're dope underground.
100%.
Dope underground that's still here. You know what I mean?
100%.
You know what I mean? And Smith and West and doing just crazy. Rock, I love Rock. My next show is probably, I was supposed to have them, they're overseas.
Mm.
They were overseas, but I'd love to have the whole Duck Down family in the building. And, you know, I got Drew Ha. Drew Ha is going to come down. The team is coming down, so we're going to build with them. So maybe you could be with me and interview them also, you know what I mean? I don't have nobody doing it like, you know what I mean, probably just heavy, and I just invited you.
Yeah.
Type, just come over there and, you know, and give you some red bricks and, you know,
right.
You make your own connection.
Right.
Yeah.
That'd be super dope. I have Bernadette on Facebook, you know. And
she's dope.
And I was a really, really big fan of Sean.
Me too.
So, you know, rest in power, because he's literally like one of my favorite New York rappers.
He took a liking to me when he came down here, you know what I mean? Like, when he came years ago, he came down with Edo brought special teams brought him down here.
Yeah.
But me and him had our own little side eye connection, you know what I mean? And just you know what I mean? It's
right.
It's to have part of her at the show.
Right.
It's big. She reminds me of him.
Right.
If you hear her,
the biggest thing when I saw the Resurrectors show and I saw Bernadette Price.
Yeah, I had to. It was like I had to get it.
I was in shock.
Even if the world didn't know who she was.
Right. I was just if I can't get a picture with Sean Price,
you get one way. Yeah. So I to me it's a piece of hip hop. Like, you know, I don't want to say too much of this, but I had a couple of other, you know, veteran OGs that were gonna come down. But one of the main things that who helped me curate this was Edo, man. Salute to Edo. Because he really showed me love and showed me how to deal with, let's say if you're going to work with any artist, you know what I mean, he moved himself from being the middleman. I dealt directly with each artist. So I had one of the artists, though. And I'm not going to make his name to blow him up, because that ain't my door. But one of the OGs, it was a 3-for-1. But Sadat X was one of the ones that was gonna come. So out of all three are dope. But Sadat X, to me, if we're gonna anyone to know who the scope of who these people are, Sadat X was the most relevant to me. One of the most relevant.
Yep.
So there was a number for 3 artists. So in the end, Sadat X couldn't do it, and they wanted the same number, and they wanted me to pay more for a DJ, and I couldn't do it. Like, you want me to pay for the DJ? Sadat X is not gonna make it. He can't make it. And I spoke to him. He's like, you can't make it the other day. I said, well, let's do something for July, but for this particular show, I can't. So I only say that not to knock them. I understand them, but some of our OGs, especially underground, they've never gotten that light they deserve. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know, I understand that. I'm not into the story to knock them, but I'm no fool at the same time. But one thing Ed said was like, yo, that's a gift. When they couldn't do it, that's a gift right there. And that's how I came about with. And he's like, well, I could get you Bernadette. I said, well, let's get Bernadette, of course.
Right.
It's a female of hip hop, you know, no matter. Yeah, let's go. Right. And then Rusty's been working in another. He's one of Sean Price's understudies, if I'm correct. Or Sean brought him on the deck.
Yeah.
So to have him, I got Sean in the building that night. And then we got Buckshot.
Yeah.
My fave. That's when I get to be just an MC and being a fan and just chill.
Right.
No, but I just get to be a fan and just chill, and I'm taking you back. Come follow me.
Right.
You're probably going to definitely see me right behind him, record him and vibing with him. But it's going to be a night of hip-hop for Boston.
100%.
And I'm glad to be there.
I'm so excited.
Red Bricks to Red Bricks, and I tell you this story, Zach, and I thank you for having me here. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of come and go in this hip-hop in Massachusetts. And you are a young OG to me. You're upcoming, but your mind is right. So when I think of it like this, it's like, let's open these gates. Let's not close them.
Right.
All ages I'm talking to when I say that. You understand? So for you to give me this opportunity, thank you. I only would want more with others that I've known just as long with podcasters.
Right.
But I made this one, you heard me?
For sure.
Groundbreaking, you heard me?
Oh yeah, man.
So I appreciate you for that. And that's all I want to say on that.
Let's appreciate it. Yeah. That's super dope.
Let's see if we could get a beat of yours on y'all. I mean, get y'all on the second Resurrectors album, because we're already thinking about working on part 2.
Right, word, right.
Working on part 2.
For sure.
We are. He's a workhorse. Shout out to him. I'm gonna call you as soon as, I don't know if you're watching this, you're gonna see this or whatever. But I'll call you when I get out of here, family, for sure.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be here Sunday.
Yeah, it's gonna be here Sunday.
Yeah.
You know. Gonna be shooting another episode with him.
Yeah. Episode 14?
Yep. This is episode 14.
You guys gotta get Terror down here, right?
Yep.
Okay, salute to Terror. Man, Terror's doing this thing, man. Definitely I got a dope single with him called No Games, me, him, and Genius on an album. We didn't even push it yet, but we're gonna push it in July. We Shine with me and Genius, but Terror's on that album. Fire.
Okay, dope.
Fire.
Sweet.
Fire. I got some music. I got a little bit of music out there for sure. A little bit of music. I got a dope single with and I'm only sharing with you because we're supposed to shoot the video. I know King Ace has been pretty busy, so I got a dope record about weed with him called Za.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we just didn't shoot the video, and I got a dope song also with ST Knack.
Okay, yeah.
The Knack man. So
yeah.
If anything, man, I definitely handpicked who I've worked with for a reason. You know what I mean? They work because I got a dope record, my hip hop with Exit Fame also.
For sure.
So but this A&B project, and I got a salute to my my friend, artist, brother Don Wee. Got a lot of big records. He has a strong movement on his own. So salute to Weedo Entertainment. You know what I mean? That's my team. You know what I mean? And Maserati Mizzle also, the R&B singing, Iceman Productions. Also more who's gonna be performing. So you know what I mean? I got a small crew, but we're gonna make big noise though, for sure.
For sure.
I promise you that.
For sure. 100%. We're gonna switch over to some sports, some wrestling, and go from there.
Okay.
You know, as of right now, it's not looking good to be a Boston sports fan. You know?
I know, bro.
it's looking pretty miserable right now.
I know, but you know what? We've had a run though. We gotta also think though. Boston's had a run though.
Yeah, 100%.
It's had a run.
They have had a run.
So if we're in if we're not there, think of how long we had it. But we got to get it back.
Right.
We got to get it back. I'm not saying that. I'm saying let's get it now.
It's just like we were close.
Yeah.
We're close.
But it's so many. I think I mean, and I'm not gonna front like. I did watch this. I watched the series, but this, what I noticed, man, honestly, and I hate to sound age myself, but sometimes these dudes deal with more than basketball. They let more than basketball get in.
Right.
Like
I hear that.
Like half the things they're dealing with is, like
right.
It's non-basketball. So of course you're not gonna be focused.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got guys getting paid millions, getting caught with guns and wilding, putting it on internet. You're like, haven't we gone nowhere? Haven't we grown up?
Right.
I'm an ex-gangster. I would never do half the things these
right.
These false
especially
gangsters
if you have like that kind of fame too.
I don't understand. Why would I do anything like that?
Right.
That's like counting my money on my sleeve and holding a gun.
Right.
Right now, I'm going to jail right after that.
100%. You know what I mean? No, I hear that.
But to see our basketball players do it is wild, even wilder.
Yeah.
So I think if they focus more in general, they'll get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People say Gronk was the most unfocused in his time. He was the most focused. He was silly and goofy and fun.
Yeah.
And knew how to have fun.
Right.
He played that game though, didn't he?
Yeah. He's one of the greatest tight ends of all time.
So these young kings could do it too.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
100%.
If Gronk did it, y'all could do it. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Salute to Gronk, man.
Right. Love Gronk. Got the
pushing the comedy now and all that. So
right.
he ain't silly. He's smart.
Yeah.
He's smart. He played that camera. You can be who you want, and that's what I think this era, not this era, but this time gives you. And this is one of the things that I think that hurts them. But a person should be the same person, whether you're behind the internet or in front of the internet. I should be able to talk to that same person. But if you're only texting this because you're in this wherever you're at, don't do it.
Yeah.
You understand?
100%.
It's just. But I think sometimes we've let some people the weak have let the net control them too much. That's all I want to say on that.
Yeah, I hear that.
That's all I want to say.
I was literally just talking about that.
They powerful. Some of these guys are powerful behind the.
Right.
Come on, you got people that are DJs that never touch the turntable, getting more money than me per se.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not knocking no one, but some of these guys are not even DJs, champ.
Right.
Millionaires. He's not even never touched the turntable.
Right. It's crazy how that works.
Shit. So I'm not a hater though. I'm like, damn. Just pay me for my rapping when y'all want to. You know what I mean? When y'all get to hear me. I believe this. I believe with this. You know, what's dope about me and A&B is he has a dope out, KING Part 2. I have a dope album called Epic right now. We both know that what we have with the Resurrectors album, and damn, I think we both said it. And I quote me on it, we both said it's better than our albums. Or just our drives for it, our push for it makes it better. We're not looking for it to be better or worse.
Right. But
we know that this Resurrector album is a problem. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a problem of great music, good music.
Right.
That's all. I'm not trying to out-rap no one and none of that.
Right. And
I'm not trying to out-song no one. I'm just trying to make records that are going to last for the last 20 to 30 years.
Right.
That's what I'm doing.
100%.
I want to make my I Gotta Have It. You understand? Mm-hmm. They call it making your happy birthday song.
Right.
No matter where Ed goes, he'll always be able to perform I Gotta Have It.
Right.
And he gonna go crazy every time.
100%.
I even do the dance. Every time I hear it.
Every time.
I'm doing my Edo dance.
Every time.
In truth, I do have a lot of music, but it's not about that. It's about that one record that the world loves.
Yeah.
So I know that.
That's deep.
So that's why I do it for the love.
Yeah.
I don't do it. I'm not looking for the hit. I'm not looking for the song.
Do you still find it fun?
Of course.
Yeah.
This album made it the most fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's been a while where I talk to my team almost every day, but me and A&B, since we started this project, we talk to each other almost every day. We're supposed to have practice. He's gonna get away tonight. We're supposed to, have our own practice, but we'll do it tomorrow though. So, yeah, it's giving me that feeling back. Again, and that's what I love about good music. It's good music, and when you have a partner that gives you, can give you that energy that you're giving out. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I send him the beat just to hear what he's gonna do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
And we
vibe off each other.
The great thing is that you both don't have an ego, and you're both past that stage of life.
So past that.
It's just like you guys could make 4 or 5 albums down the line
past that.
because you guys talk about you're already talking about making the next album.
Already.
You can already make so much more than so many other.
Already. Some of the songs he made, we both make each other laugh. He said, I killed it, or I say he killed it. So that's where we are. And we'll joke about it. It's not, not trying to.
100%.
He likes what I did, I like what he did. Right. That's what a group is. That's all a group is.
100%.
Not to try to write the better verse or nothing. Let's both sound good on this record. And that's what me and him are happy at being. But, I know, I like, once again, I'll say it again, I know this album is fire. Yeah, I tell you. Worldly, I want to New York, Texas, Florida, Honduras. I wanted to get everywhere I could hopefully push the guard first. You know what I mean? But iHeart got to stamp it. You know what I mean? I got to get iHeart to stamp it, but
right.
I believe they will. There's no reason not to.
Right.
It felt good today that I saw about 3 to 4 Boston-based like on Facebook or Boston Ness or New England Ness. 3 of them shared the bean on their own, which is dope. You know what I mean? That's what I kind of felt I wanted to happen. The bean is the anthem. I want everyone to use it.
Right.
Shit.
100%.
I want everyone to use it. So that's why we made it because I want our city to have a theme.
I was on AMB's live the other day. He was in the car and he was playing some of the songs
of the album.
Yeah, from the album, and I really like the My Old Boston song.
Oh, Boston is one of my favorite records.
Yeah,
Old Boston.
So I can't wait to see that one.
Packies with the big wings.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I got to send that record. My cousin, his brother O, I mentioned him on Old Boston. Brother O with the Lane's Lounge and all that, because those were our places. Rose Club, Lane's Lounge, Packies, everything we brought. Teddy Bears arcades that people won't get to experience. So we talked about it. You know what I mean? Our ideas, probably this week, we're gonna go. Even if it's not there, we're gonna go every place where it was and shoot our scene there from where the places were. You know what I mean? For
sure.
Old Boston is another dope record. I love that record.
Right.
You know what I mean? I love it.
For sure.
A lot of people don't know about Frankenstein burgers, but they were a thing. One of the best burgers you could get from Grove Hall was a Frankenstein burger.
Yeah.
I think the OG Big Chuck. Dope, Big Chuck, dope producer, just a person in hip hop. He's beyond producing, but salute to him. But it was his family who owned it, who owned Walakems.
Okay.
Right in Grove Hall. They had a Frankenstein burger you could only get late night, most biggest burgers you could ever get. But you'd have to wait to about 30 people that just left the club.
They just ordered the same shit.
In about 40 minutes. But I waited for 2 of them things. Cause those were the times, man. Boston was a different Boston than now. Old Boston was. I don't knock it. I don't knock nothing. You understand? Old Boston was a different time than now. Old Boston was dangerous. More dangerous than now. Any OG could tell you that. A hat get you knocked down. The wrong hat to get you knocked down. They don't do it no more, thank God. That was bandanas, was the hats, the wrong hat. We came from a crazy time, but the music was still there. The music was still always there, no matter what. So when I brought up Brother O, Cortez was a place where you could go. Me and my brother Smith and perform there. You went to it. That's where I met my dancer and everything. But they had these little different places like Conway's. One day you should do a follow-up story on Conway's.
Okay.
You remember I told you that. Everyone who was someone at one time, from Not Saab, Jay Robinson, Frankie Wainwright, Franchise, Animosity, Jamie Terra, Bay was there. I respectfully say this. You had to be dope. Ray Diamond was there. There's a lot of people who came through there.
Right.
They were Don Hazel was the host sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm taking you years back. But everyone had to have something.
Yeah.
No one sounded alike. Not Saab was one of the best to do it. Boston backwards. I haven't probably heard nothing, since then, but he was dope. Franchise from Franklin Field, dope, just dope artist. Frankie Wainwright, dope. There's a lot of just this, you know, and I can say this without hurting no one's feelings. There's a lot of mediocre out here now.
Right.
We letting mediocre get in there.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm old, but I come from an era where mediocre was not getting in.
Right.
Just wasn't.
I was asking a lot of people the last couple of weeks, and just like, what do you think do you think it's harder for artists to get paid who have a who use artistry as their 9 to 5 versus somebody who's a hobbyist trying to do it?
Good question. I think one of the things that we gotta respect, as far as the old times, us old OGs, old heads, we can't knock them, but paying dues. Me coming up were a different thing for them,
right?
You know what I mean. Meaning, our paying dues, you weren't seen on camera. You weren't seen on the internet. You were just paying dues from bar mitzvahs, for everywhere you went. Everywhere you went to go do a show,
right?
It was considered community center. Whatever you did, those were the dues. That okay, you guys are lucky. You don't, and you got instant gratification, because there's a person with 1 million views right now that thinks they're better than me in this whole music industry. Not okay, but followers don't make an artist.
Right.
They can make let me rephrase that. They can make an artist, but they don't give you the who you are. Is not them people.
Right.
So I think we come from an era that like instant gratification. Who doesn't though? But so I'm not gonna knock them, because shit, they've even finding a way to get paid from their instant gratification also.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you don't match, or you don't have to, but you don't match to a person that's been putting genuine work for the last 30 years.
Right. 100%.
And I don't go chasing internet nothing. I don't overdo it. You know what I mean? Because I believe my time is my time when it comes. So I don't overplay my hand on the internet just for a song or for whatever. You know, Jelly Roll made it on one record. Dope. And just a great record.
Right.
So I believe, I would hope and think that's you know, I don't know. I don't plan nothing. I think God, like I said, God first. He knows what He wants to do with us. That's it.
You know.
I don't make no.
What you were saying about the guy who has 1 million views versus your catalog, you know, Immortal Technique says, no one's as good as me, they just have better marketing schemes.
Right.
So, you know, it's
exactly that.
We're living in a world of marketing right now.
That's it.
Because, like...
But, and the sad part, though, is that you are judged by that, though. You know what I mean? Inside, no, I won't let you, but the reality is reality. Yeah, you got 1 million views, you got $1 million. Okay, you're doing good. But doesn't make you a better artist than me.
Right.
100%. Makes you a more paid artist than a more viewed artist, for sure.
Right.
I'm not a hater. Okay, get it.
Right.
Get it.
100%.
Get it. Now, I'm older, so a few of the windows younger brothers have, we don't have. And I respect that and recognize that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to jump around and act like a kid just to get anything. I'm going to let my music speak for itself. And if it never does, I'll know inside I made some of the greatest music of my life.
Right.
That's it. Yeah. But I really feel that something's going to happen.
Yeah.
With this resurrected shit.
For sure.
That's all I know. Until I put my heart in. And Epic, and the King. We just put it like this. We got 30 great records. The world gotta like one.
Right. 100%.
The world gotta like one, family.
Yeah.
But that's where we're at. And if not, we're gonna keep making. We're gonna make another. We'll make another album and another album, and you know, just to be heard, man. We're not doing it for the fame. We're doing it. Us two finally connected. We're making our mark in this hip hop. I'm actually, you know, I'm gonna say it here, but I'm gonna make it official at the show. You know what I mean? So Gangstar Posse and Effects was the group you know what I mean, that it turned into from Gangstar Posse. So me and Mike Johnson, we've been talking for the last 6 months about our reunion album. So I'm gonna make A&B and my producer honorary Posse and Effects members, so they can make their legacy and introduce them to, you know, Tracy Johnson, Mike Johnson, and my nephews and them on that side, and just rejuvenation or whatever. Just add them to this movement of mine. And you know, I think A&B is a dope artist, dope MC. I know my producer is one of the most humble best to do it.
For sure.
Because you will never know who my producer is. You know what I mean? His name is Jason Stanton. Dope producer, Buzz Beats, been in my life for the last 25. So humble though, you know what I mean? He's made some of the greatest records for me, but he don't do it for that either.
Right.
He's cool with just in the cut. But I told him, but he's gonna come to the show. Like I said, bro, no one gets to see you. So God first, he's gonna come out to our release party, you know what I mean? I got a great friend, Ty. I might have my son come down. No, this is a big thing for me. This is my second show I've ever given on my own. So I'm bringing a couple of my close family members out. And that's it, man. That's it.
Awesome, man.
That's it.
So I'm gonna wrap it up with the question I ask all my guests here.
Okay.
What do you have as far as like dreams and goals for yourself?
Dreams and goals. Before my mama passed, is to be in the house. You know, I know time is not promised. But if I was to get one thing from my talent, is to get her inside this house for my talent. That's all I want. That is my goal. Before she leaves here, to get her in, let her pass away in the house I got for her. That's it. That's all I got. And also, my kids, though. I don't have the greatest connection with my kids, one. So I want to fix that. I got 4 kids that I don't speak to. We don't speak because life is life. I speak to my third oldest, which is Noah Unique. And that's my dog, man. Football heavy. He's in his football. He's my motivator. And I love all my kids. They're all just living their life, so I don't knock it. So the future, what I love is to have, in that house that I bought, is have all my kids in it with their grandmother. That's it. That's it, fam.
Oh yeah, man. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate having you.
My brother, man.
My guy.
My brother. Thank you for having me, man.
For sure.
Thank you for
Make
having
sure
me.
you stay tuned, stay woke.
Yeah, salute.
See you at episode 14 with A&B.
That's right. My dog, my brother. A&B's coming up Sunday, man. Y'all stay tuned. May 22nd. The brothers are going to be in the building, man.